Well, I can't live up to that. Good night. What's going on tonight?
Nice crowd.
Yeah, this is the Tonight Show. Now, be honest with me and tell me where you were really headed before the wind blew you into the NBC parking lot.
Well, if it isn't Captain Severinsen.
You need a toy boat with that outfit.
I got one.
That's cute. That's real nice. Just on a good mood, I hope you know that you've invaded my 12-mile limit. This is my line of death here. I may have to leave the show early tonight. I'm answering phones at the Imelda Marcus Telethon. You know, Ferdinand and Imelda are still making headlines, and according to the paper, it might happen. They might end up staying in the United States after all. Yeah. Do you know that Ferdinand Marcos has a sticker on his car that says, "Money on board"? You know what's going on? You open the papers nowadays, and what do you see? Terrorism, open warfare. But enough about Palm Springs. I think this is the first year Palm Springs has really had the spring break crowd there, right? And they were not ready for it, like Fort Lauderdale. That's the most excitement they've had in Palm Springs since the grand opening of the Pritikin Longevity Center. How many of you have actually been to Palm Springs? Did you know? Because of the crowd down there had an unusual situation. A lot of the streets down there are named after the famous residents, like Gerald Ford and so forth and so on. And it created a little confusion the other night because a police call went out and was saying that 12 students had got sick over Bob Hope. Yeah, you're probably right. You've been down there a lot.
Yes.
That's a strange town.
Very strange.
There's Frank Sinatra Drive.
Right.
Now, if you're good on Frank Sinatra Drive, you drive a little further out, say past the railroad tracks, it becomes Jerry Vale Drive. It just changes slightly. I guess I just did that one for me and Ed. But it's nice to see the parents in our audience relax and enjoy themselves. It's not easy to have a daughter in jail in Fort Lauderdale and a son in jail in Palm Springs. You know, even Lion Country Safari is on spring break. And if you've ever been mooned by a hippo, it's not a pretty sight. By the way, you're in luck tonight. General Electric, who now owns NBC, has announced that there'll be a sale on toasters after the show between Speed Bump 1 and Speed Bump 2 in the parking lot. I'm going to get you. I got plenty of time. Here's the latest political news. Senator Gary Hart said yesterday that George Bush is beatable in 1968. 1988. What am I? What? Every day, a few more neurons flake off. Did I say 1968?
Oh, it's been a good year for you.
Oh, I tell you that. Porch light is on, but there ain't nobody home tonight. Anybody know what I was talking? Yeah, that Gary Hart said that George Bush is beatable in 1988. Now, unfortunately for the Democrats, Gary Hart is more beatable. I think that's one of the problems. And I'm sorry about that joke. But George Bush, speaking of George Bush, and I was, if any of you give a damn, our vice president is leaving this week on a Mideast trip. George is going to pay his respects to the Libyan Navy. He's being fitted for a diving suit right now. Now, Bush has gone to the Mideast. Reagan, as I understand it, is up at the ranch in Santa Barbara. Now, I wonder if both Reagan and Bush are out of the Oval Office and the phone rings. I wonder if Janitor 1 answers the phone. That would be the chief janitor, you see. I'm not going to keep you. I know Bus is leaving for Knott's Berry Farm, and you want to... Yeah, speaking. I am speaking. You can hear it. As you're sitting there, I am actually speaking to you. I mentioned Gary Hart a moment ago, didn't I? Seems like yesterday. Tomorrow night, Senator Gary Hart is making a guest appearance on the NBC show. Or the NBC show, I don't know. He's going to be on Cheers. Why would he do a guest shot on Cheers? Money. Anyway, I understand that Casper Weinberger probably is going to be on Cheers next week. I can just see Casper Weinberger, has a few beers, goes to the phone and says, "Let's play a little plank on the Russians. What do you say, gang?" Okay, all right. Just try and get your money back. Anyway, tonight we've got a good show for you. This is just kind of a warm-up, kind of what we call a get acquainted a session here. And tonight we have on the show. Who do we have on the show? You told him already. Don King. You know Don King?
Yes.
Don King is on the show. Interesting, controversial man. Actually, Don is in town to mate his hairdo with Cher's. Oh, no. It's too late. Also, we have a marvelous guitarist. John Williams is with us tonight. Back with his guitarist. An actress, Lucy Lee Flippin is with us, an actress you will recognize when she comes out. And we're going to take a telephone survey tonight to find the typical Tonight Show viewer somewhere in the country. Doesn't that sound exciting? But there's more. Much more. And if you order now, the Popeel Pocket Fisherman will be yours. We'll be right back.